rhubarb is just popping up. I fertilized yesterday.
Oh, we've got some of our daffodils and those things.
Yeah, definitely one crocus flower. One crocus
I
flower.
haven't looked, but I haven't seen.
Of course, on the south side of the house, and the snowdrops, of course. But boy, it's like every day I'm out there. I think that's a pun. I want it to come.
It will.
It is, but I think this time, March is when you really, really need it the most. You want to see those, you want to drive and see those pops of yellow in people's yards. I think there's nothing happier than daffodils.
And John said he heard peepers in the yard.
Peepers? Wow.
Even at frozen toes, but something sounded peepish.
Wood frogs we're hearing.
Okay,
in our house.
probably wood frogs.
Yeah, not the peepers yet. Peepers never stop. Wood frogs go to bed at night. And there's a vernal pool across the wood road from our property, so they're very close.
Yeah, and we've got a swampy area right in the back.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't do it, so she. Oh, yes, I did.
I'm here.
Hi.
Hi, Linda.
Hello. Sorry I'm late.
Well, we chatted till you got here.
Okay, good.
So how you doing?
Hanging in there. It's busy. I got a couple of extra things got tossed at me, so I've just been real busy. My practice is going okay. I don't think I'm losing ground, but I'm probably not gaining a lot of ground. But I'm doing it.
Sounds about right.
Well, that's not bad. How about you guys?
I've been very scattered, as I mentioned before. Just I've been letting things get to me, and so my practice has not been good. But like Linda said, I don't think I'm backsliding, but I don't think I'm making any progress. But it's there. There are a number of days I didn't even make any attempt. But even my Tai Chi practice has just not been as good. It's been there.
Yeah. Well, sometimes that's how it is.
Yeah, well, that's what it's been.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been. Well, this weekend I pretty consistent, and while I'm doing it, I'm staying pretty present, which is
Good.
which is nice.
Yeah.
So this morning we got some interesting images come popping through, but okay. Come back from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm quote making progress, but I don't know that just being present is a good thing for me at this point.
Yes, it is. Yeah. So I guess my question really is, shall we go another step in this particular sequence, or are you feeling you want to stick with where you are for the moment? That's kind of how we're approaching this at the moment. I wanted to, where are you comfortable? There's no sense in progressing if you feel overwhelmed by that thought. And the steps are pretty small, I will say, by the way. They're not huge at this point.
I can go either way. I don't think because if you're gonna put things in small bits, I don't think that I'm going to feel overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And maybe I just need to add something different to give me a different focus.
Well,
I was just going to say the same thing, Shelley. I was just going to say the same thing, adding something. I'm not overwhelmed, and I don't think a new thing would overwhelm me, and it might actually help me.
yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. Adding a little bit. It remains to be seen of how present I can be. But I can read it.
Yeah.
Read it.
That's right.
Yeah, this is, again, it's a fair amount of words, but it's not making a big jump in the practice. Still very much with the conscious mind. So maybe we'll do that then. Good. Let's do a little, I started to say Dragon and Tiger. No, wrong class. We better do a little bit of energy gates, actually.
I can do that.
Could you find some space back there?
Yep. I have space. Or I can go over there.
Stepping out. Just taking a little time to stand. First, very aware of your feet softening and opening down into the earth. Very important that the feet remain soft and not tense. Feel the head lifting off the top of the spine. Opening that space a little. And really helping to lengthen the spine as well. And still tucking the pelvis a little so the sacrum points down to the earth. And not shifting too far forward or back on the knees. And sinking the mind through your body and beginning to allow the energy to drop. Feel the energy flowing down through the body, releasing and relaxing. And then extending the mind through the body so that you clearly feel each part as your mind goes down through your body. When you feel you're ready, flowing into cloud hands. That's it. So now we're going to look at using the conscious mind's energy to dissolve the obvious layers of the energies that drive and penetrate the conscious mind, including both clear and stressful thinking. Part of this will be something, separating out the qualities of the conscious and the unconscious mind. This should help you to better dissolve the stressful after effects of too much stressful activity. When it comes to human understanding, the human soul, and then using that knowledge to change what vexes the human soul, there are two common ways that this can reach a successful conclusion. One is through the intellect and intellectual knowledge, and the other is known by many names: direct perception, transformation, letting go. The way of the intellect requires you to conduct some research, some sort of analysis to figure out the source of your problem or internal discomfort and apply some physical or mental antidote, or ask some sort of higher power to intervene. And methods vary from the psychological to consulting with a church leader. And like many things in life, diagnosing a problem to death does not often produce a solution that is really of any value. The famous Chinese cleric St. Augustine was well known for saying, "Lord, make me sin no more, just not yet." Well, that's not a resolution. It's just recognizing you would like it to be a bit better. Just as some of the most educated and intelligent people, knowing what is inside themselves and making their life miserable, can't change it. They can't resolve the issue. So normal intellectual intelligence alone is not necessarily infallible. The second method, or type, is called meditation. In meditation, direct perception of the underlying glitch, the underlying true issue, can be recognized and resolved without necessarily knowing the whys and wherefores of how the issue got started. This is the method we've been using to directly encounter the internal issues or glitches. So in the second method, you don't necessarily know how you resolve what you resolve. You just know it gets resolved. And this can be done without requiring a whole intellectual process. And the reason why is because we are going to rely on our innate human intelligence and not our intellectual processing to figure it out. So the hope of meditation and how it's always worked is the greatest resolutions do not happen because somebody understood why it happened. They understood why it happened maybe long after the problem was resolved and not when it was being resolved. So this is very much actually like the first practice that you've been working with. It has basically 3 parts. And today you get a lot of words with the 3 parts, but in future, the next few will try to dispense with most of the words. But we'll introduce it the way we have been doing. So begin to sit, hopefully with your back straight. Let your mind and body settle. Be aware of your breath. Allowing as much of your longevity breathing to establish as you can. And let it becoming regular and deep and relaxed. And let it slow as much as it can. And let your muscles relax. Let your face and chest and arms and back right on down to the bottoms of your feet. And then just as we did previously, begin to count backward of a larger number. Try 5,261. Counting backwards by 4s. And understand that this procedure is meant to put your mind under stress. That's fine. That's the whole idea. As you continue to count, recognize and notice what's going on in your nervous system. What kind of internal conflicts are rising at the level of body feeling? What things in your body just seem to be going into conflict? Keep doing the math and take inventory of what's happening inside you. The next, since this type of function is done by your conscious mind, as you keep subtracting, look for what is the quality your conscious mind is feeling inside. Is the energy of your conscious mind. Find it and just stay with it as you keep on counting. Be concerned about what the energy is producing. That's your math calculations. And it really doesn't matter if they're absolutely right. Just keep on counting. Focus on what it's doing to the energy of your conscious mind, because it will be having an effect on it. Realize that you might not have been recognizing that there is a difference between the energy of conscious thought itself, unless possibly when your mind is drifting. The energy of conscious thought has a different form or is separate from whatever ideas that arise from it. In this case, numbers. At some point, you may begin to recognize the conscious mind and the synergy of conscious thought. What is conscious thought? If you look out of a window, the only way you recognize what's going on is usually by your conscious thought. You know what happened. That means it's conscious. It's not unconscious that you don't know what happened. You know what happened. So what is this thing that allows you to recognize what's happening? A million different circumstances you're going to be in. There are a million different ways you could experience this. But there is a quality that this conscious capacity to recognize has. And that's what you're trying to find. Notice how we can find it in one place inside you. You may also be able to feel or somehow recognize a lot of things that are nearby, but you don't find it there. See if you can. You drift to some other place, and there's a black spot there. See if you can find the conscious mind. Keep counting your numbers. As long as you're counting, you have something that is constantly stimulating your conscious mind to do something. And that's why you keep counting. You can recognize it in the place you're focusing on, maybe. You find that it seems to be someplace in your head that these numbers are coming from. Good. Focus on that. Be aware of the conscious energy that's in that area. What about what's in the rest of your head? Now stop counting and just focus on what is the energy of your conscious mind. Most of us go through our lives very automatically recognizing things that we see, react to them. But most of us are actually not usually aware what is the energy of the conscious mind that is enabling all of that. You made that energy shut off. It wouldn't mean you couldn't do anything. You probably could do almost anything and get things done. But maybe not done that well. Just done somehow. The biggest part about it is that if you cannot relax the synergy of the conscious mind, then it is going to be very, very difficult to truly relax a lot of the content that your conscious mind throws up to your awareness. So for a moment, relax. You could breathe and move around if you need to a little. You want to give your conscious mind a rest. Since we are going to try to push and do something with it again. It's very helpful to have a little separator in the practice. Let your mind take a rest. So sitting again and breathing and settling in. I want you now to count backwards from a bigger number. Maybe 17,425. And try counting backward by fives. And relaxing to it. What do you experience? And how do you feel the tension within the conscious energy of your mind? Try to go deeper. Don't be satisfied with the first sensation. Go even deeper and find how the conscious mind is deeper and more pervasive. It's common to only focus on some pieces of the whole. Keep looking and release the tension that tries you. Don't worry about trying to fully resolve it yet. Just get the ability to find the tension within your conscious mind, the energy that creates your conscious thinking. By keeping your attention on it, some small or even larger portion will let go by itself, even though how it will happen will not usually be obvious. Just let it occur. What's happening inside your body as you're counting these numbers? Is something fighting with something else? Is it a neural synapses? Is it a blood vessel? Something inside you, inside your brain is fighting, that's for sure. But who knows what's inside of you? Now again, stop counting. And while you're stopped, just recognize the energy of your conscious mind. Sounds like an easy thing to do, but don't kid yourself, it's not easy. But it can be done. It takes a little work. But when you learn how to relax the energy of your conscious mind, you can start learning how to relax as it's happening, or just after stressful events happen. Even most of the ordinary stuff that builds up in a day's work or in a day's activity. Now again, just pause for a moment. Let your brain regenerate. Move your body around if you need to. Just let your mind relax. As your mind calms down, notice what's occurring in your nervous system inside your body. Because things are happening inside your body. You all know many things about relaxing your body, but if you can relax your conscious mind and link that to all this very, very subliminal neural activity in your body, and get your nerves in your body to relax, then you can get the bodily processes to relax along with your brain. And then a lot of stress is going to go away. It won't bother your sleep at night. So starting again, aware of your breath. And now I want you to choose a large number to count backwards from by sevens. And if you think that might be too difficult, choose another number. Begin to recognize the energy of your conscious thought. Be with it. The counting is the thought. What is the energy that's driving the thought? What is the energy the thought is coming out of? Or at least the energy that's allowing you to recognize that you're having the thought. Forget about what it's coming out of. Just the energy that allows you to recognize that you're having it. Now put your conscious mind on the crown of your head and stay there. Recognize if you have a blockage there or not. Just stay there, recognizing the energy that's there, the energy of your conscious thinking. Of your conscious mind. Allow yourself to become comfortable just resting in this place. Thoughts may come, feelings may come. Your nerves may be uncomfortable. Thoughts may go, the feelings may go. And your nerve discomfort may go away. At the root of all the dissonance inside is tension. Just relax. 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 The conscious mind is a subtle thing. When I say relax your hand, at least you know what a hand feels like. But this is subtle. It is no less concrete than the feeling of any other part of your body. So go for the root, the energy of the conscious mind. Don't chase after the branches of leaves. Each individual thought and feeling you could have of the billions that are possible. Just stay at the crown of your head and don't attempt to dissolve. Not yet. All you're looking to do now is to stay at the point where you're going to begin dissolving, to recognize the energy of your conscious mind. the energy of your conscious mind is not working well, whatever blockage you're going to feel, you're going to have difficulty perceiving it and dissolving it. Because that is what enables you to perceive. Now let the energy of your head move down the crown of your head, down to your eyes, your chin, your shoulders, through your chest, and down to your lower dantian. And let the energy stop at your lower dantian. And let it just keep on absorbing into your lower dantian. As if your dantian is some kind of a black hole, and everything is rushing into it. Till it's all been absorbed. And then just let your mind surround your lower dantian as though it's an invisible force field. Let all the energy in that place just keep on relaxing until it calms down completely. You can also at the same time be aware of the energy of your conscious mind. That would also be great. Let all that energy just stay there until it calms down. It could be jumping around or having frenetic movement, whatever it is. This is everything inside your body that is still in some sort of a state of not being completely relaxed. Let what's inside the force field completely relax until in the middle, in the exact center, there is a little hole. And all the energy that you can allow to go into that hole, and let it go until you reach some sort of maximum absolution level. And then close the hole. And then completely relax what's left in the big space. Calm it down as much as possible, knowing that it's connected to your entire body. That sphere is still jumping, so will your body be. So you want to calm it down. And then when you've calmed it down as much as you can, just let it open. Let the energy seep to everywhere in your body that it can go, energizing you. And very slowly open your eyes. And this, of course, is a longer closing that you might use when you have time to do so. Perhaps not every time. What a good one to use to make the transition from meditation back to whatever you're going on to next. Questions, thoughts? just because I'm not sure Linda knows, Jane and I are going to California to see all our kids out there from the 24th to the 30th. So I will send an email out telling you when the next class is, because I forgot to check my redone schedule. I don't have it in my mind yet, but I will let you know when it is.
I knew you were going, just didn't know when. So hope you have a great trip.
Thank you. Yeah, it's next week.
Yeah.
We're pretty excited. They're all pretty excited out there, which is nice.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, we're going to see everybody, Matt and Dylan and Zach and Hannah. And Enzo,
And so,
our grand puppy. I don't know there are ever going to be any grandchildren.
well, puppies are good.
Puppies are good, yeah. Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a
Thank you,
great
David.
Week or two.
Oh,
Actually, I'll see you guys Monday.
Monday.
Good. Good. Thank you very much for
You're welcome.
some things. It's interesting, the things that I got to take to China, I still have, but they are not. They're not very useful for a trip like this.
What, they were bigger?
Yeah. Yeah. I took too much to China. That was a learning. Both of those trips were learning trips about hacking.
Well, you covered a lot of ground in China, so
Yeah.
you had to be able to be warm enough when you needed to be warm enough and cool enough when you needed to be cool enough.
And there wasn't always time to do laundry, even by hand.
Yeah.
Even drying takes time.
Yes,
Yeah, washing's nothing.
right. Isn't that the truth? We all wore some wet things now and then.
Well, enjoy your weekend.
Thank you. Do my best. Actually, I have one private lesson on Saturday, but we're actually meeting some friends tomorrow on that warm day. I have a lunch outside.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, perfect.